I'm just going to give you, because when me and Morgan send you guys things, it's obviously from a desktop view, so it can be quite different. So I worked out a way to go through things step by step using the phone view. So it looks all the same, so you can find everything, so you can see how to swap and change meals to make it a little bit easier for you. All right, so this is the version of the app that you were going to see, okay? So we're going to go through each feature step by step, so then you can find everything, you can remember where to log everything, because I know there are a lot of really cool features on here, but how to connect everything can be quite overwhelming. So this is going to be step by step. So step number 1 is to upload your starting photo. So you can either enter that on your front page, or if you go to the You section, you can enter it on here as well. So you can enter your progress photos. Like if you want to enter your weight on a day that you haven't done it, that it doesn't pop up on your screen, this is how you do it. So you've got your home screen here, and then you click the You tab and it will pop up here. So you can pop in your progress photos and your weight here as well if you're wanting to do it on a separate day where you don't want to do it on your check-in day. Now, what you also want to make sure you have integrated is there is a button up the top with a spanner. You want to click that. So a lot of people keep asking me, how do I get all my notifications to pop up? This is how you do it. So you want to go integrations, notifications. You want the push notifications on. And then this is going to turn your check-in link on. Like when you've missed training sessions, any notifications that like me or Morgan send you, that will flash up on your screen straight away. So it will also send you an email notification for your check-in as well. But if you want them on, put them on. If you don't want them on, you don't have to. Just if you want to be reminded, that's how you do it. Now, also to connect your Apple Watch, Fitbit, MyFitnessPal, you want to make sure it's integrated properly. So everybody uses a few different devices. If you are a Samsung person, what you want to do is you want to connect it through Google Fit. It's a little bit of a different way. You definitely can do it. It's the Google Fit integration that you'll need to put on. Make sure your notifications are on the integration set, but that's how you do it. And then you want to connect your Apple Watch, your Fitbit, or in Garmin. That's how you do it. You'll click data source, and then you can connect what other bits and pieces you want there. Look, the only metrics that me and Morgan are going to like really check are your steps. Look, the sleep's not going to really be that accurate. Heart rate's not going to really be that accurate. What we're really looking at is steps, just to make sure you are moving enough is what we're really looking for here. So that is how you integrate that. Now, with your MyFitnessPal, if you are integrating that, you need to put your username on the front page. But what you will want to do on your back end of your MyFitnessPal is you have to put your profile settings on public. If you go in the back end to your MyFitnessPal, put your profile settings on public, put your username in here, and it will all sync up. So then me and Morgan can see the back end of your MyFitnessPal. It's pretty cool. You won't need to send us screenshots. If you are tracking your food, like you do want to give it a go on your own, which is fine. We want to teach you how to do that. You won't need to send us screenshots. We can just automatically log in through the back end of your MyFitnessPal and it will come up. So this is the version of Everfit that you guys have. So once you've worked out how to do your MyFitnessPal, your steps, what you also want to see is your check-in day. So Morgan and me will allocate whatever day that your check-in day is, and it's going to pop up like a form. Your check-in day is very important, okay? If you can't make your check-in day, just let us know. But we allocate like certain time slots or where you do your check-ins. And if you're like 3 or 4 days late, it makes it really hard for us to get your stuff back to you on time. If you've got certain shopping days, check-in's got to be on time. So you want to click your form, it'll go start now, I'll take you through all the bits and pieces. It's really easy.
I'm trying to listen to training.
Sorry, I just mute yours so I can run through it. So that's where your check-in form will be. Me and Morgan will allocate your check-in day. It'll be somewhere between Monday to Thursday, just so we can get everything back to you in time. Now, what we will also do is we will pop your starting calories on here. To connect it through MyFitnessPal, you just link it, and then we pop it all on here for you. So we will work out your calories. We will work out your macros. That is not your job. That is what we do. So that will all be on the front page. Now, the most exciting part for everyone is the meal planner. So what we do is we schedule your meals for you, but you have the ability to swap and change things to meet your targets. So it's really cool. We want you to be able to swap and change things as much as you can so it suits you and your family. But how do you do it? How do you see it a week in advance? So the way you see it a week in advance is you go to coaching and you click open that tab and you click onto meal plan. Now, what you can either set it on, it's going to be this week. So you want to see how it says this week, May 12th to 18th. That's how you schedule the whole week. Now, what you can do is, I've set this up so you can view it. You can change your dinners to swap and choose with your family. So we'll always set you a meal plan. However, what I suggest you and your family do, have a look through the recipe guides, because the idea is that it's meant to be family friendly. They're all designed to be more than one serve. Have a look at what your favorites are, and then you can schedule it to suit what you want. So say you didn't want this for dinner. This is what we scheduled it. You didn't want it. There is a button on the corner. Click replace meal. Then you can type in, say you're wanting beef. Type in something that you might think that you like and click on it. What we are looking for is protein over all calories. That's all we are looking for it to match. It doesn't have to be pedantic. Your carbs and fats have to be perfect. Really, if you're within your first 3 weeks, you can be within 100 calories. We don't want you to be pedantic. We just want you to get used to the idea of having enough protein. So as long as you 10 over, 10 under, we're not going to be too angry at you, okay? The idea is to make it work in best with your lifestyle as we can, but also hitting pretty close within that protein target. If your carbs and fats aren't perfect, honestly, don't worry. That's not what we're looking for. We'll usually give you a calorie range, like between 1,700 to 1,900 for your first couple of weeks, just till you get used to the system of swapping and changing. So if you click the whole week view, what we find works really well for majority of our ladies is stick to similar breakfasts, lunches, and snacks. So it becomes way too confusing if you're trying to change your breakfast and lunch every single day. I don't know if anybody has the time to have different breakfast, lunches, and dinners every single day. It creates a whole bunch of decision fatigue. Most of you guys have got multiple kids. It becomes really confusing. Stick to the same breakfasts and lunches, and then swap and change your dinner to suit your families is the easiest way to do it. Or if you know that you've got multiple things on for a night, make a big portion meal and then swap it out to suit what you want. So say, what day are we today? Friday. What I suggest you do is open it, say, all right, you know you've got events on for the weekend. I would pick a meal that has multiple servings that you know you can make once and that you'll have 3 or 4 days sorted. Like the lasagna, for instance. I know that's about 10 serves. What I suggest you do is have a look at the serving size always, because some of the recipes are quite big. Some of them have like 10 to 14 serving sizes. Some of them are like 3 or 4. However, some of them are quite large, like the one pot Mexican mince. Some of the pastas are quite large because some of us have got like quite busy families. So the idea is that to integrate into really busy family lifestyles or to freeze it for a couple of days or to just have it in your fridge. So if you know that you've got a few events on, pick something that you can make once and it's going to last in the fridge for a few days. The lasagnas, the pasta bakes, the Mexicans, it will all last in your fridge for 3 or 4 days. And if you know you're super busy, this is what we suggest you do to make your life a lot easier. Everything you can swap and change in between. What I want you to have a look at is the ingredients. But what you also can do is, if you are wanting to learn to track your food, everything will scan into MyFitnessPal. Everything. So we've made it really, really easy for you because a lot of the ladies are like seasoned trackers, or once you've been with us for a few months, you want us getting adventurous. We want you to have the skill set long-term to be able to do this yourself. Once you've gotten where you are, you're really happy to maintain, you've lost the weight, you've built the muscle, you're happy to maintain on 2,500 calories, which is possible, isn't it, Morgan? Like,
yes.
Very possible. We never want you to leave us. Like, if you've left us on 1,200 calories, we haven't done our job properly. I'm telling you that right. Once you've lost weight, you want to be able to maintain that weight loss, build a bit of muscle, leave us on 2,500 calories. We're happy. We've done your job. You've lost weight. You feel great. You've built muscle. You're not going to yo-yo anymore. That's the end goal for us, for you to be able to have the skill set. So skill set with a lot of recipes under your belt. So all of these will scan into MyFitnessPal, but sometimes a new app feature that launches is pretty cool is me and Morgan will let you know if we've done this. We can modify the recipe to now suit individual people. Like say, for instance, there's a couple of single serve ones that we've given you a teriyaki. How do you spell it? My spelling is terrible. So we've given you the teriyaki bowl, for instance, and that's a single serve pot. We could give you, instead of 120 grams of rice, we give you 150 grams of rice. But we will let you know we've modified a particular recipe to suit you because we'll have changed the ingredients. So the front page will have changed. but the PDF won't because that's set in stone. But now we have the ability to change things to suit particular people. Like I do a couple of husband and wife teams, and they want the same food just in different amounts. So I'll give them like a bulk protein, but I'll modify the particular amounts to suit that person. So the husband can get 250 grams of protein, but the wife gets 150. So we'll let you know when we do your check-ins if we've done that, but it's a pretty cool feature. We can modify things now to suit each person. Majority of the mums, we make the recipe, you just divide it up to suit your family. So the easiest way to do it is me and Morgan, usually within your first 2 weeks, we'll give you a couple of dinners to pick through because we know it can be quite confusing working out how to swap and change. So for your first 2 weeks, we'll always give you like a bit of variety. But then once you get familiar, you'll be able to swap and change things that suit your family. And once you get a little bit more confident and you've got the skill set, you want to always stick between protein, overall calories. So a lot of the ladies find it easy just to like rinse and repeat what's on their meal plan and saves them thinking about it. The macros are done for them. They don't have to worry about tracking their food. However, it is a good skill set to have, and we do connect in the back end of MyFitnessPal. Now, to find the recipes, so you and your families can have a look for them, you want to click recipe books. All of the recipe books that we have ever done are going to be in here for you. There's like 900 recipes in here. They're all, so what we do is we release a new one every month. There's like 10, 15 that we release every single month, and then we'll drip feed them into like calories. So you'll have a look, you open them up, have a look at the ones that you like. You actually can add them to your own meal planner if you want as well. So you can click them, tick them, and then it will add to your own meal planner. And you can also drag and drop to your meals if you want to do that. So you hold it down and then you move it across. It's easier on a phone version to do this. But what I suggest is easiest is you go to your meal plan, you move it to the week view, and then you swap and change it from here. It's way easier. 6 of the same breakfasts, 6 of the same lunches, and then swap and change out your dinners to meet your protein, then overall calories to make it easier. Because you want flexibility within structure, if that makes sense. You don't want to wing things too much on your own, but you also want to have the ability to swap and change things in your family because you want it to be family friendly. The recipes are designed for you to do exactly that, but you want to be making sure you're always hitting your protein targets. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. Now, for your training sessions, it is going to be in the coaching tab, and it's going to pop up like this on the top. So it's going to have, say I've allocated you 4 training sessions. This is how it's going to look. Now, to swap and change your days, it is this one with the square. I've broken all this down into the onboarding series as well. So if you get any of it, it's also reloaded for you. So there's a button with a square. With that button, you then can move anything to any day that you'd like. Say you're meant to train Monday, the kids are sick, you couldn't make it. Cool, change it to Tuesday. Say you get called into work Wednesday, you couldn't make it, move it to Thursday. You can always shuffle and change things around to suit your schedule. We're never going to yell at you for missing a session. And look, the kids are going to get sick, shit's going to hit the fan. It's life. We know it's going to happen. We just need to know. When you do your check-ins, we just need to know what's happening just to make sure you're all right. If you miss things, we'll know. We can see everything our back end. We can literally see everything in real time. Now, what you also want to be able to do is you can actually see what you've done the previous session. So as you like open each session, what day is it, the 15th? As you open each session, what you can do is, if you click start workout, start section, this is how you log all your weight. So you go reps, tick it off as you go, has a timer for you, supersets. It's really easy. And as you log your weights, you want to put in what you have used. So obviously for a warm-up set, you won't need to. So you're going to start section 1. You want to log the weights that you are using. So then when we are looking for what's called progressive overload, we can see that things are the same, regressed or progressed from the week before. So all you need to do is type in the weights that you're using. Say you're doing 6 kilos, done, easy. Reps 8 to 10, say you did 9 reps, cool, done, tick it off, really easy. But so you can see what you have done in the week before, this button with the circle, it will pop up, or your previous data history. Because if you're somebody that is really wanting to get into resistance training, and we do have like Shiloh that's been with us for a while. I know Marette's probably like more of a slightly advanced trainer as well. You guys will want to see that progress like week to week, and it's cool to be able to see what you've lifted. When you're just starting, I aim, give it 5 minutes, just get in the gym, get your routine sorted. I don't really care what you're lifting to begin with. The aim of the game is just to get in, get it done, set up your routine. We are not going to be pedantic about, have you progressed yet? What weights have you lifted? When you're just starting out, I just want to see that you've gotten into the gym, you've gotten into your home workout routine, that you've given it a go. But once you've been with us for a couple of weeks, you're a bit more confident, we want you to send us back training videos on how your body moves, because we want to make sure if you are learning to squat and deadlift, that mechanically you're moving properly. Both Morgan and I have a pretty decent strength and conditioning background, so we want to see how you're moving. It's really important. The more feedback you give us, the more we can give you. How do you do that? You pop a video here. Now with Everfit, you can't have the video quality too high. Just condense the videos. You don't need to send us through the whole hour session. Just send us through like 1 or 2 or 3 reps of movements that you think you'd like a little bit more help with, like your big ones, your lunges. If your knees are sore, we want to see how you move. Your lunges, your planks, your squats, your deadlifts, or your major lifts, you're like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Send us a video. We don't know what we don't know, and we like to see how your body moves. So that is how you do it. Short little snippets, drop them in here, and then we get a notification. But the way we do training feedback is we will do like your one-on-one feedback at a specific day, but then we'll wait for a couple of training videos to bank up, just so you don't send us like, if you send us through training videos Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we don't want to send you back 4,000 videos. We'll wait till a couple and send you training feedback once they've all accumulated. But that is how you log your training. So the information button is how you drop your videos, and the circle button is how you log your weights, and then you click done, and it will all slide through, and that is how you log your training sessions. We want to see what you're doing, okay? Don't just like skip through it. I mean, obviously you're going to be pretty busy some days, but you don't have to log everything. We just want to see what you've done, and especially if you are wanting to get to be quite an advanced lifter, do not skip your warm-ups, okay? The warm-ups are there for a reason. Take it from somebody who has learned the hard way multiple different times, and as majority of us are over 25, we can't skip our warm-ups anymore, okay? Trust me, I've injured myself way too many times because I think that I'm a hero lifter. Don't do that. You want to warm up. I warm up every time now. It shows you that you don't do the right movement patterns. So we'll also have like little habits on your calendar to what suits you, whether you're drinking enough water. We'll probably have a few personal habits for you, like some of the ladies will struggle with eating enough fruit and vegetables, so we'll put like little personal habits for you on them, and then we can comment on it as well. We can also put notes on your front dashboard. There is also on the front corner, hang on, we can put any sort of goals or dates that you have. There'll be a button on your corner. If you want to, like, you've got an event coming up, if you've got a birthday, if you've got anything you're preparing for, there is a button where you can actually log any specific dates. So you know how to connect your watch, know where calories are. If you are with us within the first 2-3 weeks, we want you to use the food journal. So the first couple of weeks can be a little bit overwhelming to get your head around. I don't want to change your whole life all at once. I just want to see what your eating habits and patterns are and what you're eating. Take a photo of what you're eating and post it in here. And a lot of the ladies will do this even if they've been with us for a little while. Because not everybody likes to track their food all the time, and we totally get that. But we just want to see when the numbers aren't adding up, why you're not losing weight, why you're not gaining weight, exactly why. If we know what you're eating on weekends and we can visually see it, we've been tracking food for long enough. We're pretty good at eyeballing things as to, well, you've logged like you've had 100 grams of chicken breast when you can see that chicken breast is chicken thigh and covered in butter. It's just so we can make the correlation. We're never getting angry, and we're all about giving you as much information back as we can. Just so, like if you're eating at a cafe and they use a lot of butter oils, just so we can see and make the correlation, like, all right, this is why things aren't adding up. This is what you're eating, to give you the education back. So when you are eating out, you know better options. You know when to pull forward, you know when to pull back. So then you know how to deconstruct a meal and what is going to be a better option for you. You don't have to do it all the time, but it is a really good skill set to have. And especially within the first few weeks, we say, don't track your food just yet. Step number 1, use the food journal. We want to see what you're eating, how you're eating, what it looks like. So then we can be like, okay, cool. This is what your protein options are. This is what your fat options are. This is what your carbohydrates are. This is what your fiber is. So then we can give you more information back. So step number 1, first 2 weeks, just use the food journal. Follow the meal plan as closely as you can and use the food journal as much as you can. So then we can give you an idea as to where to find everything, what you're eating versus what you shouldn't be eating, just to give you as much information as we can. So that is what the food journal is used for. Your recipe books will also be down here as well. You will also have your meal plan that's logged, the actual day's meal plan that's logged here. How you log it is you just click log meal and it will log it for the day. It's really, really easy. There should be videos for most things. Some of the older recipes may not have a video, but most of them, all the new ones will. We're in the process of loading them into YouTube so you can watch everything. You can also download them so you can print them off and use them again and again. I know a lot of the ladies like to do that too. Now, if you go to the on-demand section, this is where all the resources are going to be, where the new onboarding series is, where you find absolutely everything. So if you go webinars, tips and tricks, we host a brain dump night, or it'll be every couple of weeks. So every couple of weeks, we will go through and go, okay, mastering your macros, coming into holiday season, how to measure things properly, why muscle matters. If you've been one of my clients, like Shiloh will know that we're really big on integrating. As female, we need muscle. Why do we need muscle? For metabolic health. So we avoid osteoporosis. So we're all about getting your result, maintaining a result, but also having a really big health focus as well, because it's all well and good to lose weight, but as females getting older, why is it important for us to have muscle? And we've got Mum, who is our perimenopause, menopause specialist. So Mum is doing a talk next week on how to avoid osteopenia and things that we need to look out for, as it is a real thing. If you look at the stats, it's like 1 in every 2 women over 50 will fall over and break a bone. So it's important that in our 30s that we really start integrating things now in terms of like calcium, vitamin D, all things to avoid. It's something that's easily avoided later on. So losing weight and feeling great is one thing, maintaining a result, but also understanding your health for the long term is something that we are really passionate about as well. Now, with that, you also have access to my husband, who is our in-house chef. So we're currently running tea time with Carl every couple of weeks. So that will be your chance to ask him any cooking questions you've got. How to integrate your family favorite meals. Maybe you have a favorite dish. You want to learn how to pull it apart and make it macro friendly. That's your chance to ask him things. We've also got integrated in here how to bulk measure things, when's the right time to diet, safe cooking temperatures, how to track your macros. So we've tried to master most big topics, so you can always go back and watch them as well. But as we add more, like tonight, we just load them into the app as well. Now, in this section, there is also going to be the new onboarding series. So it's going to be, let me see what's on here. Yeah. So it'll be the onboarding mini series. So I've broken down every single how to integrate into like 30-second videos. So then you can go back and view actually everything, like, oh, how do I connect my watch again? It's going to be in the on-demand section and it will be in here for you. So every little tip and trick that I've gone through tonight will be loaded in here as well. Now, if you want to change your training days, you can upload your photos. Your check-in day, one more time, is the most important day. We will remind you if you forget, but if you forget more than 2 days, we can't get around to it to the following week. Look, me and Morgan are pretty lenient, and we totally understand, like, if things come up, the kids are sick, sometimes they are a couple of days late, that's fine. However, try and make it a priority, because we try and get everything back to everyone. We want to like have communication with you every couple of days. So making sure you do things on time. Number one, training feedback, super flexible. Like we'll probably get to around like 3 or 4 training videos every couple of days with you. Now, how to communicate with us, use the inbox here. I mean, majority of you have got WhatsApp group sets up with me and Morgan. Feel free to use those as much as you like. We'll also use the inbox if you need to send you quick messages as well. You can send us voice messages, photos. You can send us pretty much everything through here. It is live to our phones as well. I think that has covered absolutely everything. Did anybody have any questions? Just unmute yourself. I'm sure you got a few.
Sorry, I don't.
Did I? No.
I'm good.
Just take it slow, Em. It's quite overwhelming.
Okay.
But literally just take it slow. I say master one thing each week.
Okay. Yep. Great.
Start with just meal planning, getting into your training sessions.
Yep.
Don't worry about like progressive overload, any of that stuff just yet. Step number 1, mastering your meal prep, getting used to it around the kids and your job.
Yep.
And then getting into the gym. We're really big on slow habit integration and like making it fit your life.
Great.
Awesome. Marat, did you have any questions at all?
No, thank you. That was very thorough, but yes, just letting it sink in. Thank you.
I know it's a lot. That's why I've broken it down into little snippets. So you're like, oh, how did I remember to do that again? There's literally will be a how-to for everything now. We'll also go how to like the supplements that we recommend, protein powders. We suggest everybody should be using something called creatine. Really important. It's really good for holding on to muscle mass, bone health, and also cognitive brain function as well. Probably the only super supplement we all recommend. Protein powder. Look, it's good. It's a handy tool to have. You don't have to have protein powder, but if you're struggling to hit your protein content, it's a very easy way to get 20 grams of protein in. And anything else that we recommend as well. Did anybody else have any other questions? Shiloh, do you have any? Anybody want to ask me and Morgan anything? It doesn't have to be about the app, about training, nutrition, or have this bit of an open floor. No, nothing. Quiet bunch tonight, aren't they, guys? Very quiet. So what we'll do is next Tuesday night, Mum's going to hold the floor and we're going to go over everything like how to avoid osteopenia. And then you'll have me the following week. The calls that I do are just a bit of a catch up with everyone, unless I've got like a hardcore topic, but they're really good just to chat with the other ladies. There are so many of you in very, very similar positions. Like we have a big community. We're all here to support each other. And generally somebody's going through the same thing as you are. And like, we don't want anybody to ever feel alone. That's the biggest thing about us. But all age groups, all demographics, or mainly from 25 up. We don't really have too many youngies, but mainly 25 to I think 75 is the oldest at the moment. So there is something for everyone. You are not a total beginner, trust me. It's just taking it slow, integrating it into your lifestyle. But the biggest thing is we can get you results, but we want you to maintain it. We want you to have the skill set for a lifetime. Like if you're finishing with us at 1,300 calories, we haven't done our job properly. We want you to lose the weight, feel great, or build muscle. In a lot of the ladies' cases, a lot of ladies come to us to actually build muscle, integrate it into their health. How do they be able to do this for the long term? Because being a female, like, oh, building muscle, I'm scared about it. But it's number one quality we all need to have is to learn how to build muscle. It's going to be our saving grace later on. Yep. And muscle is your number one like entity in learning how to eat more food, isn't it, Shiloh and Morgan? Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all about patience too, being patient with everything. You're not going to get results. At least if you are going to get results, you're not going to be able to keep those results. It's all about patience and taking photos, because photos are actually, there's a lot you can see from week to week if you take photos.
And especially if you're in a muscle building phase, your photos are going to show a lot more than what your scale weight is. A lot more. People don't realize, like, Shiloh, what about your photos? You're incredible. And like the scale difference isn't a whole lot. Look at your photo, like, oh my gosh, like, especially like when your food is increasing, you're like, oh, the scales aren't moving. Sometimes the scales are not meant to move. Like if you're in a phase of what's called recompositioning, like you're losing body fat, you're putting on muscle. First of all, muscle and fat are not the same thing. You can't turn muscle into fat. You can't turn fat into muscle. They're two different entities. But if you haven't weight trained before, your body can go through a state of recompositioning. You're not going to see that through the scales and be like, oh, what's going on? You're going to see it through your photos and through your waist measurements more than anything. And it's pretty crazy. And like Morgan said, it is patience. It is
lots of patience. You have to be.
Yes, and we are not a quick fix option. We are a long-term health. We will get you results. One of the reasons why we get such great results is we implement it as a health. We will give you the skill set is the most important thing, but we'll make sure when to pull you forward, when to pull it back, when the kids are sick, when shit hits the fan, but there is always a way to persevere, isn't there, Morgan?
Yeah, it's good. There is, definitely.
Morgan and my mum are super mum coaches who navigate the crazy seasons of life.
Yes. Juggle the kids. It's fun.
And a shift working husband.
Yes. For once, he's actually not on night shift, so that's nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies. Well, lovely to officially meet you all and officially welcome to our team.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. We have a little in-house challenges that are going at the moment. Like we'll do like little workouts. We get everyone to do like a little step challenge. We had a workout yesterday. We'll do cooking challenges. We like it to make it fun, but our challenges are not about weight loss. It's just about a health integration to make it available for everyone is how we do it. And to keep everyone motivated over winter. All right, if we've got no more questions, I will love you and leave you. I'm going to save this and upload it to the platform, but as we go through and onboard you all, you'll get all your information anyway, and just feel free to reach out and ask Morgan and I anything. Or Mum. We've also got another coach, Juliet, as well. Juliet is a nurse. She's amazing. We got Mum, who is our our menopause specialist. A lot of words for me today.
It's that time of night.
It is that time of night. I'm a morning person through and through.
Same.
Alrighty, ladies, lovely to meet you officially properly. I'm sure I'll see you on Tuesday night. If you've got any questions for Morgan and I at all, reach out. You should all have your WhatsApp groups. Anyway, we're here to help you. We know the first couple of weeks is like, where is everything? What do I do? We don't want you to be perfect. It's about step by step, making small, achievable, long-term changes and implementing it properly and eating your protein. Alrighty, ladies, lovely to meet you, and I will chat to you all very soon.